Okay, hello and good day to everyone that is going to be tuning in here at Phoenix Holdings. Once again, this is going to be the host for today's AMA, CH, and right now we have yet another exciting AMA, this time with a project called Zombie Runner. And from the Zombie Runner team, we got none other than Zombie Shan as our guest from the Zombie Runner team. How are you doing today, sir?
Yep, I'm good. Thanks yourself.
I'm also doing good. The market is looking a bit up right now, so it definitely helps out my mood as well. So hopefully it just keeps going up and up and up. I mean, honestly speaking, it has been a depressing month last month if you're gonna look at the condition of the market itself. So glad that at the beginning of November it's starting to look up. But yeah, let's just hope it just stays the same.
Yeah, who knows? Well, hopefully we've timed our project correctly.
Exactly. Yeah, this is just like, yeah, I think that the projects that are kind of launching right now is like up for a good start because, the market's acting up. So, without further ado, I guess let's start by making you introduce yourself. Zombie Sean, can you tell us a bit of something about yourself? Maybe give us a bit of background or history about you and your crypto trading and how did you
Yeah,
eventually
sure.
got to this project? Yeah.
Sure. So, yep. Hi everyone. I'm Sean. Um, so I've been involved in the crypto space for around 4 years. BSC about 1.5 years. Like many people, had a lot of downs and a few ups. But outside of crypto, I am working in digital marketing, providing like Instagram ads, TikTok ads for like online businesses to scale and grow their sales. So there's also on the team we have Simon. Simon's been involved in the space for about 5 years. He's the COO. Me and Simon met through a private crypto community about a year ago, and we've been in contact ever since. Became quite good friends. And then I had this idea of a play-to-earn game, Zombie Runner, and he was like wanting to get involved in the team, so I got him on as a COO. And then we have Jay, who's also a friend from the private crypto community, been involved in the crypto space for about 5 years as well. He's handling all the marketing, looking after the Telegram, so organizing AMAs in great communities like this and lining up the calls, etc.
Okay, I mean, I was also gonna ask why zombies, and then I realized, oh yeah, it's the Halloween month, so it's
Yeah,
kind of
so
like appropriate. Yeah.
yeah, so the game's been ready for about 3 months. Not 3 months, sorry. We've been working on the game for 3 months and it was ready for about a month. But we waited a little bit to time it with Halloween. So we started our fair launch on the 31st of October and it runs to tomorrow till 5:30 p.m. UTC.
I think that's a good timing or start to it. So, yeah, I'm glad that you waited just for Halloween time. I mean, it definitely helps about the season as well, giving the push. And in terms of
Yeah.
the team that you work with, may I ask how many people are you in the core that works with this?
Yeah, just the three I mentioned. So me, Simon, and Jay.
Oh, sorry, I kind of missed that. Okay, and so you, Simon and Jay, and another question I wanted to ask is, how did you guys like got together for this project?
Essentially, it was through, we all met through a private crypto community. I came up with this idea
Like in the,
of,
is this going to be your first project together?
yep. So this is my first project. I came up with the idea. Simon, who is the COO, has worked on many like large projects. So I got him involved to help me with this idea. And then Jay has also been involved in a couple projects helping with marketing.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you're somehow connected with communities. I mean, I was kind of wondering if you're like a group of random people who just suddenly just got together for a project, but I'm glad that you have some prior connection more than just like a business partnership. I mean, you've interacted in
Yeah.
a community environment, so that definitely helps on the foundation of the project itself. So you've given a bit of background about the project itself, but I guess we can formally go to talk about what exactly is Zombie Runner all about in a deeper
Okay.
sense. So
Yeah.
walk us through it.
For sure. So it's a 2D play to earn game. It's based on a mobile gamer's favorite, the Endless Runner. So essentially, games like Temple Run, Subway Surfers, where it was an endless runner and you collect coins, etc. So I hadn't seen a project like this launch on BSC, so I thought to have the idea of combining this with Web3 and making it a play to earn game. So essentially, Zombie Runner is a game, well, obviously, but yeah, it's a PC game. All you require is your mouse, and you just run, and you're avoiding obstacles and jumping over platforms and collecting our native token zombie, which then you can either exchange or you can stake into one of our burial tombs to earn some extra zombie tokens. And then we've got some big plans for the future of the game.
Okay, and considering that this is going to be a play to earn or this is involved in the blockchain, but like most GameFi projects in this space, it is bound to have an NFT
Yeah, of
side of the
course.
project, right? So
So
how does it work with the NFTs?
yep. So we have on the launch of the game, there's one NFT playable character and one level. But we have three other NFT playable characters ready with unique abilities and traits, and we have two other levels ready, which we will be adding to the game like as time goes.
And like, um, it is required to have an NFT to play the game, or is there like a free
So
play mode?
yeah, so essentially, when you first like play the game, there'll be one standard NFT which everyone will have access to. Then as we go, we are actually developing a marketplace where we can have the other NFTs listed. Then you'll be able to mint them with our zombie token to play within the game.
And another thing I wanted to ask about NFT, how limited are the NFTs?
That we are yet to decide how limited they're going to be, but we are giving people the option to mint with their zombie tokens, so they'll be earning zombie tokens from playing the game. So it'll be like essentially like a micro purchase in the game with the zombie token. But the supply of each NFT, we haven't quite decided yet.
Okay, and you've mentioned that you're still not sure on how many NFTs will be available.
I know. So we've got
Yeah.
one already in the game, and then we got
Mhm,
four. We got three others already ready, which are ready to be implemented. Got
mhm.
previews I can show of each of the characters and the levels we have planned.
Okay, and how much does it cost to have a zombie NFT?
Um,
Like an
yeah.
approximate. I know it's going to be with the native token, but do you have an approximate amount in maybe BUSD so people will be able to visualize it easier?
Not at the moment. Again, this is going to boil down to the factors such as how much we raise in the launch and how much the initial token price is, and we can kind of decide from that.
Okay, that totally makes sense. Yeah, you've mentioned that this is actually a fair launch. So
Yeah,
yeah, I guess that is why it's hard to, quantify things based on that. So
yeah,
uh, I would like
and
before I get to the fair line. Oh, you want to add something?
yeah, I was just going to say, so like the three other characters, they're all going to have different pricing because they all have different abilities. For
Mhm.
example, the second tier character called Grugel, you with this playing with this character, you'll be earning 10% extra gameplay tokens with playing with him. So if you pair this NFT, you're increasing your earnings in game by 10%. Those kind of unique
Oh,
abilities in the
okay.
game.
So this is not just like NFTs are not just limited to having different kind of play styles or ability, but it also affects how much you're gonna earn based on which
Yeah,
NFT you got.
yeah,
I see. Okay, that's a different layer to what I'm
yeah,
expecting.
in gameplay, yeah. So
Mhm.
essentially, I'll just give you a rundown while I'm here. So we have Samus, who has 15% extra tokens playing with this character, and then you'll have 2 lives playing with him in the game. And then we got Arceus, our top tier NFT, with 20% extra tokens playing with this character, 2 lives, and also the ability to double jump.
Oh, I see. And in terms of obtaining these NFTs, is it gonna be like an RNG kind of thing, like you pull something random, or you buy it from a
No,
marketplace?
you'll be able to choose which character you want to buy, and obviously
Oh, okay.
the ones with 20% extra tokens playing with him will be more expensive than the lower tier ones. But yeah, I can show you previews of all the characters we have.
Yeah. Can you do a preview of that? I mean, I think you have a video on the
Yeah,
website,
yeah,
but I
sure.
think it would be good so the listeners will be able to see how it looks like as well.
Yeah, it's just it would just be like a PNG of what they look like.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so this will be Grugel, right?
Okay.
So he will have 10% extra gameplay tokens playing with him in game.
Hmm.
Then we have Samus. 15% extra tokens and an extra life. And then we have the top tier one, which will be Arceus with 20% extra gameplay tokens, 2 lives, and a double jump.
Okay, I like the Arceus guy because he's a ninja without a hand, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, that's the double jump we thought. Why don't we go for a ninja zombie?
Yeah, definitely fitting for a ninja. Double jump.
And then
And
I can give you sorry, go on. I can give you like a little. So these are the other levels we have planned. It's like a desert one, and this is with the Arceus NFT playable character. And this will be the forest level with Google. So yeah, those gives you an idea of the other levels we have with the different NFT characters.
do you have a live gameplay available, or it's still
I've
in the?
got a preview of the gameplay. So the live gameplay at the moment will need to wait till tomorrow to be able to add tokens to the game because under Safer you can't airdrop tokens right now during the pre-sale. But I've got a gameplay like little video I've taken of it. So, yeah, so you basically essentially just jump over obstacles, collecting the token.
Basically, um,
And as the further you go, the faster it gets.
okay, sorry, I kind of cut off for a few seconds there. So yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, were you able to see that?
Yeah, I was able to see the
Okay,
gameplay.
yeah,
So
okay.
gameplay is kind of like a mixture of, yeah, as you said, Temple Run, Subway Surfers, but in a Mario 2D perspective.
Yeah, in a 2D, 2D
Uh-huh.
endless runner, but it uses the concept of the endless runner.
I see. And okay, so I guess before we get to the tokenomics, I mean, I'm just gonna ask this. GameFi in crypto, I mean, let's be honest, it's not as strong as it used to be. So, what edge do you think that you can possibly add in to this project that makes you think that this is something that could actually survive, especially during the market that we're currently coming through? And given that this is a GameFi project, and it's going to be a lot harder to stand up because it has less hype right now.
Yeah, for sure. So obviously the endless runner, those kind of games, they're just quite addictive. Like anything, those kind of games, so like Flappy Bird, I know they're quite old games, etc. But I don't think we've seen anything like this. Um, we've got the marketplace. Yeah, essentially, we wanted to bring a mobile sort of game in a 2D version, mix it with Web3, just so it's like you have fun kind of playing the game and then obviously earning some income from it, passive income. Yeah, we've got the marketplace coming, and we think the addition of different characters with different abilities is very interesting. We're working on a player versus player mode. So essentially, what this will involve will be two players come together, and you will be basically wagering your in-game earnings from that session together. So whoever runs the furthest without dying will win the total pot from both players.
Oh, okay. So there's like a betting aspect of it. That definitely makes things a lot more interesting and more challenging because there's something in the line.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you
That's
hear me?
what.
Hello. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So just checking. And yeah, so in regards to that, so you're gonna be everything that's gonna be inside the game will be paid with the local, the native
Yeah,
token, the
yeah.
zombie
So that will
tokens.
be for the NFT characters. You'll just be paying with the zombie tokens, which you will be earning from within the game.
So you're gonna be paying people via zombie tokens as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Um, probably- okay. So I guess before I get to this question, I guess unless you have something to add for the game itself, I wanted to jump into the tokenomics.
yeah. To play the game, you need to hold 5,000 zombie tokens, but our total supply is about 1 billion. So I can imagine it will be like only a couple dollars, few dollars worth of holdings to actually play the game. So you don't need a big bag to play.
Okay, just 5,000 to earn. So if you have less than 5,000, you won't be able to play, or you would just won't be able to earn.
You won't be able to play, but 5,000 tokens, as I said, is probably about $3, not even that.
No. Oh, okay. If it's not cheap, then I was thinking 5,000, and part of me was like thinking, okay, how
No,
much
I
is that
said
gonna be? But yeah,
yeah. I said the total supply is actually 1 billion, so 5,000 tokens is going to be like a very very tiny amount.
okay, that's gonna be a good hook then. If it's just like that amount, I mean, the NFT might cost a bit more, but
But
it's
you
gonna
can
be good if for
obviously,
people who has a lot of free
well,
time.
yeah,
Yeah, you get to earn it, and you can just win your money back.
yeah, exactly.
Now, yeah, and another thing that I actually wanted to bring up again is you've mentioned about the mobile development, and I think that is definitely something that you need to focus on because on games, usually nowadays people tend to not play over their computers and they just tend to play over their mobile phones because they can play it everywhere. So right
Yeah,
now the PC or the web development is developed. So how long are we looking for the mobile to be finished developing as well?
yeah. So obviously, I know the mobile is a lot more accessible, and this includes the people outside of crypto, someone who might not be involved in crypto, and it would be more accessible. But obviously, we are going to launch the PC version first for people to kind of get the idea and just play it online. And people who are more involved in the crypto space, and as we'll be working on the mobile version, I cannot give you a time frame, but obviously we want to be developing our marketplace and the PvP mode before we work on the mobile app. So couldn't give you a quite timeline, but that's obviously to develop the marketplace and the PvP mode is a lot of development work. But the mobile version is something we defo work on to entice people who aren't inside crypto to play the game.
Okay, I'm glad it's already part of the development, to say the least, and it's definitely something to focus on, especially on the GameFi scene of things, as we see now. Okay, so going to the tokenomics, yeah, you have 1 billion
Yeah.
supply. Is that correct? A billion supply. So how's the distribution like? Do you have private sellers, team tokens, stuff like that?
Yeah, we had a small private sale of 30 BNB, but private sale is vested under safety regulations, so it's not like the private sellers will get all their tokens at once.
And how about okay? So it's vested. That's good.
Yeah, it's vested under
And
safety regulations.
the team. Do you have any team
No,
tokens as well that you're
no,
holding or
no.
locked?
There's no team tokens.
Okay, that's as fair as you can get having no team tokens. So, other than that, though, how about the
So
taxation?
it's a 3% buy and sell.
Buy and
Yeah,
sell tax.
3% buy and sell tax, and that all goes towards marketing and future developments of the game. So help like funding, developing the marketplace, developing the PvP, etc.
Mhm. That is actually really low. I mean, that's impressive to have such a low tax. I mean, the tokens that are launching now, the projects that are launching, they're launching at a really high tax rates, but it's a good thing in general for the ones who's going to be holding your token. But we should consider that this is still a business model, and considering that you don't have any team tokens, having low taxes. So how will the you guys as the project owners will profit from this? What sources of income do you have in this project?
Yeah, so obviously there'll be a percentage taken to pay developers salaries, etc. But we are obviously wanting to invest in this game and create it into something that is accessible to everyone and creating a mobile app and a player versus player mode. And it's just a passion really. Like I've been interested in like developing mobile games, but being able to integrate with Web3, I think it can actually become something. And obviously mobile era of gaming was pretty big in my life. So being able to own my own and then developing a game from something like a mobile version would be like a big dream and passion of mine, and doing it in such a like cool space.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. Passion and just knowing that you're able to have a project in the space that's involved in Web3, I mean, the future. Yeah, that I think that would be an achievement. And hopefully, as the project grows, I mean, yeah, the potential is there. And, it can still branch out to different project depending on how successful this project goes. I mean, this is a humble start, as a P2E game like that has concepts to Temple Run or yeah, stuff like that. And so, given that, so in the roadmap that you have, is this going to be limited to just this game, or do you plan to extend the zombie runner verse if you have something in mind? Because having just one game might get easily boring for people who are playing it, especially it's
Yeah.
just an arcade game, right? So, what else do you have in plan in terms of like expanding the gameplay?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, as I said before, the player versus player, the marketplace will come first, and that will be a big part. Then obviously, actually trying to develop this onto a mobile, and obviously upgrading it, the mechanics to be more 3D as such, because obviously a 2D game on the phone wouldn't be as exciting. So creating like a 3D version of the game with the NFT characters at 3D versions of them, that would be like the big long-term goal of the game, really. And having like seasonal events within the game, so like a Christmas map or something with different challenges. And with a 3D, there's obviously way more you can sort of do with it other than like obstacles and platforms. You can add other sort of elements of enemies or something into the game.
Okay, I'm glad that you also have. I guess you're also going to implement some weekly or monthly tournaments, like seasonal tournaments as well, to make
Yeah.
people extra active as well.
Yeah, and we can have like, well, within Telegram we can have leaderboards, and based on the leaderboards we can obviously airdrop some tokens or a reward
Mhm.
to like top on the leaderboard. That kind of thing are in the plans for the game.
Okay, I mean that's definitely a need to keep the community active and to keep the players just competitive to just enjoy and both like play as hard as they can so they can have a chance of being the top one to earn the most money. And I guess that's pretty much it from what I can ask. I mean, okay, one last question before we can head on perhaps to the community questions. So why did you choose to have um a fair launch? Because if it's gonna be a development kind of game, it's gonna be, you call this, kind of tricky to have like a fair launch because you don't know how much you're gonna raise, and you have developers that you need to pay a certain amount. Because normally GameFi games should, from what I can see, are launching like normal pre-sales with a hard cap and soft cap. So, what led you to the decision of having a fair launch instead?
Yeah, so for sure. So okay, yeah, I know there's ones with obviously hard cap, soft cap. You know how much you raise if you hit the hard cap. But with this project, we have some like the top developers, and We've obviously paid for a lot of the development already out of own funds. So like we've obviously had the other levels made and the characters made, and yeah, so that's why we chose to do the fair launch, because we we obviously don't need we have paid for a lot of it. So if we can raise a bit more with a fair launch or something, we think this will be the way to go. And also we've already paid for central exchange listings. We've got a central exchange listing on the 7th of November with Coinsbit, and we've planned to have CMC CoinGecko on launch day, which we believe will bring volume to the project.
Oh, a central exchange listing already. Okay, that's definitely a huge thing to have in contrast to your competitors because yeah, that is always a
Yeah,
big thing.
it's confirmed on the 7th of November. It's confirmed on their Twitter. And if
Okay,
anyone
and
wants to
I'm
head over,
assuming you can't name that central exchange yet.
oh, I can name it. It's Coinsbit, Coinsbit
Coins
top
what?
25, Coinsbit top 25 CoinGecko exchange.
Okay, so people can go over to Coinsbit. Is that
Yep,
correct? I'm sorry.
it's on their Twitter, and you can join our Telegram server, and we've got it pinned if anyone wants to see. And yep, they pinned it in their Twitter as well.
Oh, okay. Then huge news, guys. These people
Mm.
have a confirmed central exchange listing. I mean, not financial advice, but you do know if it's confirmed for a central exchange listing, it's definitely good news. So I guess that's all I can ask from my side. Do you have anything else you wanted to add before we head on to the community questions?
Um, yeah, I think we didn't actually touch on the staking. Yeah, I did mention this. So we also have a staking within the project. So Obviously, with your zombie tokens you're earning from playing in the game, you can also choose to stake them. And we have 4 different burial tombs, we're calling them, but different staking pools.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, so I'll just go through each tier. So we've kind of gone with the names of like Egyptian mummies, pharaohs, etc. So we got the Jossa burial tomb, so no burial period, which means you can unstake at any time, but you're taxed 10% when you unstake. It'll have the lowest APY rating. Then we have the Khufu tomb, 10-day burial period. You can't unstake from this from this tier, and it has a higher APY than the Josa. Then you have the Ramez tomb, 20-day lockup, no early escape, high APY than Khufu. Then we have Tutankhamun, 30-day burial period, no early escape, and we're estimating that that tier to have about 10,000 K% APY. We're not promising anything like 200K, 500K. We want to keep it sustainable.
Yeah, I'm glad this is, yeah, the sustainability is also what I've been asking about for the entire, I mean, in the project in general. But yeah, you kind of answered earlier with having future plans ahead on how players will keep engaged by, having tournaments and stuff. But I'm glad that you've also looked into how to make the ecosystem as a whole sustainable with the taxations and, the tiers that you've mentioned earlier. So that being said, I think we can jump over to the community questions now. So you guys ready? Sean, are you ready to answer some questions from the community?
Yep, sure.
Okay, so let's go for the first question. Let's go with CC Jitters. You're allowed to speak. Please ask your question. CC Jitters, are you having the jitters? Please speak. You need to unmute yourself. Okay, going once. CC Jitters, you disappeared. Okay. Okay, let's choose another one. Okay, let's go with Jabenga. Jabenga, you're allowed to ask your question. Please go on, man. Jabenga. Hello? I think people. Okay.
Hi, brother.
Okay, got you, Jabenga. How are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks so much.
Of
I think that's a
course.
great privilege. Yep. I think this is a great project. From even the name, Zombie, it's actually a very lovely one, and the platform is very lovely. But my question with respect to the aspect of the game, are, are they looking up to providing a mobile version of the game where users can actually play the game with their tournament and all the stuffs available on mobile desktop version, while it will be available on the mobile version. And the user interface, the graphic user interface will not actually slow down. Because from experience, a project like that with a lot of graphics, user actually experience difficulties making use of mobile version. Are they looking up to having an integrated system like this?
Yeah, we did touch on this before. So we said that is in our roadmap to create a mobile version, but the mobile version wouldn't use these graphics. It would be a 3D version of the game. But we want to work on all the features before we can make the game to integrate this all into the game. So having the PvP mode, having the marketplace, and then from there creating the mobile version and upgrading the graphics of the game. Because obviously this wouldn't be so interesting on the mobile phone. You would want some 3D elements.
Yeah, actually, I know we did actually talk about that, but I'm just kind of concerned on because I've seen with respect to experience, I've seen most of games like this. When it comes to the mobile version, like you have like kind of setback, which user will not even be happy with playing the game on mobile version. It's just an integrated level where you get the same version where you're getting on the desktop version on the mobile version, where you can actually interact with your when you're creating a tournament where you can actually interact with your co-game player on the mobile version. I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Like, will you be having an integrated system like that?
So, oh, what? So being able to play with someone who's playing it on the PC and someone who's playing it on the mobile. Is this what you're asking?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, I get you. So obviously we haven't really started working on the mobile version yet, but we will look into this. Like ideally, we would like to have it integrated so you can play your friends who are playing on the PC and also the phone. But again, this isn't something we haven't really looked into in the complexity of it.
Yes, you actually get me because, like, from experience, most of the projects I actually engage in, if I'm creating a tournament, I'm using a mobile version, and people I'm creating tournaments with are using a desktop version. At the end of the day, we discover that we won't be able to have a tournament created successfully because of the version difference. That's why I'm asking the question. Actually, it's actually a lovely project. Thanks for the opportunity, CH.
No problem, bro. Thank you for asking that question. It's something we'd obviously need to think about, and I thank you for bringing something like that up because obviously that is a big part of having two versions of the game for sure.
Okay, thank you so much for your question, Venga. And okay, we can go on to the next question right away, so we can cover as much as we can. Let's go with again CC Jitter. Hopefully, you don't have the jitters now. You'll be able to speak.
Thank you very much, CH. I
Okay, you're
really
able to speak. I'm glad.
Ah,
Okay.
he's here. He's here.
Okay, thank you very much. So I really appreciate the project and everything going on because I know that this kind of project is going to be awesome for a couple of people to see that yes, they're playing a game and then they're able to earn like passive income. That's pretty awesome. But I was actually thinking about the user experience of the game. So I'm not gonna say how do you plan to manage these servers. I'm just gonna ask first, how many servers do you have? This is not kind of like a normal game, right? It's kind of like a crypto game because you will have to people will have to make transactions after playing the game. Perhaps when they earn some tokens, they'll also connect wallets and do a lot of stuff in the game. So it's not actually a normal running game. So how many servers do you have in order for you to utilize this management of the game in order for
Okay.
investors be able to like really really see this user experience and not having errors when trying to make transactions?
Okay, sure. So I'll be completely honest with you. So I'm not the game developer. We have a top game developer who's working on this, and they're kind of handling all like the servers and the hosting. So and they're working really closely with us in this project. So I imagine they would be more they would be looking after it, so they'll know what is good for the game. We're in pretty good hands. So if we need more servers, we need more servers. The game developer will be working with us closely on this, and they will be handling all these issues if there's any bugs, etc. with the game. It's not too much of concern, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome because actually, a project like this had this sort of strategy for the game, and then I asked them, and then they said they had like 5 servers. I was like, wow, that's awesome because 5 servers kind of will make it easy for when you're making transactions, and then whenever there's a problem with this with server one, you can be able to switch easily to server two, and then well, if there's kind of like a paid services something like that. So I was actually asking about that, but it's all good, right? It's all good. I also wanted to know about the motivating factor behind this project. A couple of people really love to earn passive income like this, right? But they're busy. So what is a strategy you could be able to make, but depending on your marketing plans, how do you plan to what's the motivating factor between the project that makes investors want to come into ape into the project and see that yes, they could be able to make great investments here in your project?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, I came up with the idea based off the game, the Endless Runner, Infinite Runner. So that was down to like I used to be really fond of playing games like Temple Run, Subway Surfers, where it's one of those games where you're kind of doing the same motion, but you obviously die and you're always like, right, I want to beat my high score. I want to beat my high score. So I wanted to integrate that with Web3 because I haven't seen one of those kind of style of games being integrated with Web3. And I think having the in-game plans we do. So obviously we're developing the marketplace with different NFT characters, and the NFT characters have different abilities, such as earning more tokens in game and having extra lives in the game. And I think this will entice people to like want to play the game and want to increase their zombie tokens because to mint the new NFTs, you will need to use the zombie tokens. So it'd be like making a micro purchase in a game normally with actual money, but with us, it'll be in our native token. So I think it's quite a interesting project, and I think the way we're trying to take the game will entice people to want to play it.
Awesome, awesome, perfect, very good. I actually love the strategy you have in this game. Zombie runner, like that runner is kind of like to make them see yes, it's something you could be able to just like a temple run or subway suffers and stuff like that. But it's all good. You have a great project at hand. I hope that you put all these utilities and all these strategy suggestions coming from community and then you implement it in the game. And if you see it's really worth it, you could go on. But it's all good. Well done, man.
Thank you very much, bro. Appreciate all the questions.
Great, thank you so much for the question, CC Jitter. I guess we can take my 2 to 3 more questions before we go on to the next part of the AMA. So let's go with Azikagi. You're allowed to speak.
Greetings, everyone. It's evening here, so good evening from over here.
Hi.
Yeah, I had actually just finished lectures and I was on my way to get a rest. But when I saw the name of the project, the runner and the zombie got me very hooked and I quickly went over the white paper. I'm a huge game fan. I remember playing Temple Run and I played it over and over, even though there was no profit in playing it. I remember playing it a lot. So I went to your project and honestly, it's an awesome project. Though I didn't start from the beginning, so I'm not sure if it was spoken, but I would like to ask because going through your white paper, I saw that it's in kind of like a 2D format from left to right. Would you be
Yeah,
incorporating 3D in which, like, Subway Surfers have, you can
yeah,
jump to the left side, you can go to the right side, and
yeah.
Temple Run,
So
you can turn corners.
yeah, so this is what we were, yeah, did cover this before. So this is in our plan. So we obviously developed this 2D version first. Then we're going to be working on the marketplace to be able to mint the different NFT characters with different abilities and adding the new levels in, adding the player versus player environment. And then we were looking to be upgrading the game, obviously, to essentially a 3D version where you are able to go in different directions and turn left and right and jump and duck, essentially like those games, because obviously that's why Temple Run and Subway Surfers were so addictive, because there was so much you can do, and you weren't playing it for gaining any money. You were just playing it because you enjoyed it, and then when you would dive and you would want to beat your old high score, etc. So that's why I wanted to bring this into a crypto project and integrate the play to earn game on it, because I know how addictive these games are, and people will want to play because now they are actually earning some money to play a game they enjoy playing.
Yeah, thank you very much. I understand that because honestly, this is just me saying playing Temple Run and earning money. That's what I see Zombie Runner. And I'm kind of the gothic type, so I love zombies and the rest. So my next question is kind of similar to the previous question that was previously asked, but I've seen some projects in which like whales will buy in, they'll buy tokens and they'll buy the NFTs, but they don't have the time to earn, so they only stake. So I'd like to know in your project, would you make a mechanism in which like a lending system for someone who doesn't have enough of the tokens or NFT to enjoy the game? If
Okay.
someone who
Yeah.
has but doesn't have the time to play can lend
Okay.
it to the player. You
Yeah,
get what I'm
sure.
going?
So
You get where I'm
yeah,
going?
yeah, yeah, of course. So to play the game, you only need to hold 5,000 zombie tokens. The total supply is 1 billion. So 5,000 zombie tokens will honestly be like a couple dollars, a few dollars, not much. You don't need a big holdings to play the game, right? At all.
Yeah, I get this, but just like I said, the NFTs brings it gives special effect like extra life and the like.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
So
one
yeah,
form of
yeah.
way that can
So when we release the game, there'll be one basic NFT character which everyone will have access to. So you have one character, but these other characters have different abilities where they all have 10% extra tokens, 20% extra tokens playing with them, and you'll be minting them through the marketplace with the zombie token as if it was like in-game currency. So you will have one basic NFT to start with. But if you want to upgrade, you will need to earn more zombie tokens or stake your zombie tokens to increase your holdings, and then you'll be able to purchase them. So you don't need a lot of zombie to play at all, and you do have a basic character to play with to start with.
Okay, thank you. And I'll just ask one last question, then I'll hand it over to CH. It's about this staking. I saw that
Yep.
only I don't think I can pronounce it, but the juicer is the only one
Yep.
which allows you to exit early with a 10% tax, while the
Yep.
other that is Kufu, Rems, and Tukum, you can't um exit
Yep.
the staking. I would like to ask why, because there are situations in which I may actually want to go for a bigger stake, but later in the future I may need an emergency cash in which I want to unstake.
Yep.
So
So
wouldn't it have
okay.
been better to have a higher tax than just preventing
Okay.
low
Yeah.
maneuver?
Yeah. Yeah. I understand completely. So obviously we have the Jossa staking tomb with no. That means you can unstake at any time, and it provides the flexibility. Then obviously we have lockup periods on these other ones. The reason we have chose to do this is because you'll be earning like a higher APY in these tombs, and once your burial period's over, so if you stake for 10 days and you want to go to a bigger one, after the 10 days you're more than welcome to just move it over. But if you don't, if you want to have some flexibility, you can don't stake all your tokens, stake a percentage of your tokens in the staking tomb. So we've just chosen to have the lockup really because you are
Yeah,
benefiting from the higher APY.
yeah. So that means we can stake on different of the tiers. Makes sense. I love that because most projects don't give these
Well,
different staking options. So I actually
yeah,
love that.
yeah.
So thank you very much for answering all my questions. Over back to you, CH.
Thank you,
Of
bro.
course, thank you so much for your question as well, Azikagi. I think we can cover one or two more questions. I got one from the main chat here, so I'm Edith Daniels. Um, with just 10% of the total supply allocated to staking and other and another 10% for game rewards with a very low tax of 3%, what will be the team plans to keep the reward payout for both the staking and gaming sustained in case the allocated supply runs out? Will you be implementing a fee that will benefit both, let's say, large or small investors, and well, keep them sustained while having this?
Okay. Yeah. So obviously we have the staking reserve and the gaming reserve locked, which are completely locked for the game, and they will be about 100 million worth of tokens each. So it's quite a lot of tokens we have locked up. And if we are running out, which I don't think will happen, we can add a percentage tax to cover this. But I think obviously with the 100 million tokens, we will be fine. And
Okay.
did he also ask? Sorry, was the other part of the question about the staking APYs? Or
I think just in general.
okay, just in
Basic.
general. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. I also read this. Okay, this is an interesting question. So, oh, wait, I kind of scrolled past it. Oh man, there's a lot of questions. Okay, so basically, the question goes like, so you need to have like 5,000 zombie tokens to have it.
Hmm.
So as soon as you have that 5,000, you'll be able to play, or is there a holding period? So
No, just having holding 5,000 zombie tokens in your wallet, you'll be able to play at any time straight from the get go.
oh, okay. And another thing is a problem with GameFi, like P2E games in general, is if the players are being played in a native token, it has a huge chance that the players will just sell as soon as they got the tokens. Like, so basically, it will create a really negative looking chart. So is there something that you got plans to, control how it goes so it doesn't always keeps on selling out as players just keeps getting more money?
Right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Obviously, you're earning in-game tokens, and people might just play to keep earning tokens, no tokens, and selling. But the in-game rewards, you're not going to be earning like huge bags, and obviously that's we if people want to sell, like they can sell, but obviously the game with develop, we're hoping that we can create an environment where people actually want to play the game and keep playing the game and earning, and it's fun.
Okay, I guess, and honestly speaking, I mean, you're not like, okay, play this game, you'll be you can quit your job and just play this game. So it's not like that. You're focusing on the app.
Yes.
Just wanted to have people to play this game and be active in it, and the earning part is like an incentive to it. Instead of playing mobile games, just you just waste your time playing it. At least this time, you'll get incentivized. When yeah, in terms of money.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think that's
and obviously the player versus player environment, obviously the wagering, betting against each other, that adds another element to the game where like people, let's be honest, people like to bet against people.
definitely. I like the chill element of this, and I like that you're not actually over promising like that you're gonna earn lots of this, and you're just like enjoy a game, earn some money, just chill, relax. You don't need to do much. Yeah, this is a way to
Well,
spend
yeah,
your.
I would be lying if I was to say playing this game on repeat for a week will make you a millionaire. I can't promise
Definitely, and
that.
again, it's just a start. It's still quite early to the project, and who knows? Maybe there's another element you can add that will have that if this project goes big enough. So I think that's all the questions we can ask for the community, and I guess we can just start the wrapping up of the project. And Zombie Sean, can you just tell us? Can you give us a summary on what Zombie Runner is all about? This is specifically aimed for people who join us quite late. And
Mhm.
lastly, can you also tell us why people should be investing in it in the near future?
Okay, sure. So firstly, I want to say thank you guys for having us in this community. Been following the Phoenix community for a while, so it's great to be in here and speak to everyone and everyone taking some time out to join us. So for anyone who has just joined now, I'll give you a quick summary. So Zombie Runner is a 2D Infinite Runner game, and the idea was based on games such as Temple Run, Subway Surfers, these sort of style of games which are addictive in nature, and you would just want to keep playing them. So we've created a game which is integrated with the Web3, where you'll be running and collecting tokens. It's a bit of an incentive to play the game. Our game will also be benefiting from a marketplace where we have adding new characters with different abilities, including earning more tokens in game and more lives. A player versus player environment where you can play your friends, bet against them who's going to be the first to fall. And then obviously we've the staking pools where you can be able to stake your tokens to increase your earnings of tokens to buy the NFTs, or if you want to exchange them for money, exchange them for any other crypto of your choice. So essentially, we've got a lot of big plans for the game. We have the central exchange listing confirmed for the 7th of November on Coinsbit. We've got CMC and CoinGecko planned for launch day to bring in some big volume. And yeah, we are just completely passionate about this project. We've wanted to create a mobile game, like always been interested, but being able to integrate Web3 into it, like it's Web3 and the crypto is still so new and it is becoming more adopted in the new world. To trying to create a game early and with such a fun element and then bringing it to the mobile phone with the with the Web3 element to make it accessible to everyone. So we've got a lot of plans for this project, and I think we can really do something big here.
Absolutely. And guys, if you look at their website, it might just seem like a simple game, simple kind of game that you can see. But keep in mind, as Sean mentioned, this has a confirmed exchange listing. And, if it has an exchange listing, definitely there's something in this project that makes it big. So keep that in mind. And lastly, this is a fair launch, guys. So you don't need to fight for a whitelist. You don't need to, gas up to be able to buy. It's a fair
Yeah.
launch. So when is the fair launch going to be?
So the fair launch ends tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. UTC. I do want to iterate right now. We are running a buy contest in the net for the next 6 hours. So the biggest buy in these next 6 hours will receive 100% refund. So if you heap 15 BNB into it, you'll have a 15 BNB refund in the next 6 hours.
That is a really good marketing strategy, man. Like full refund, so free tokens and full refund. Okay, that is definitely huge. And guys, yeah, if you're listening to that, and I think the link to their pre-sale is pinned in the main chat. You just need to check it out. And that being said, thank you so much, Zombie Sean, for joining us here at Phoenix Holdings and featuring your project. It's been amazing hearing about your project, and I do wish the best of luck in your project. And if you have anything else you wanted to add before we conclude this AMA, you can go ahead and speak so.
Yeah. So yeah, again, just thank you everyone for taking some time out to join us here. And I hope to have some of you over in our main Telegram. You can ask any questions you want to ask. We've also have a couple more AMAs scheduled for tomorrow. We have one with Binance Live tomorrow and Caesar. So if you didn't get to ask your question in this AMA, feel free to join us in one of those and ask some questions about the project.
Those are huge AMAs, especially with the Binance Live. So you definitely know your marketing stuff, man. I can say, you're hitting the right boxes and what to hit to make sure you have the most kind of coverage, the smartest kind of coverage to reach the right kind of investors. So yeah, amazing work from there on your side, man.
Thank you very much, and appreciate your
Of course.
appreciate you
Of
taking
course.
time out to have us on air.
All good, man. So thank you again, everyone, for joining us in an AMA here at Phoenix Holdings. And please join Zombie Runner in the Telegram group to support them. And that's it from me, from us. Good day, good night, wherever you are. And we'll see you again in the next AMA. Goodbye, guys.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.